Good morning, students. Today our topic is Parthenocarpy. The term Parthenocarpy was first given by Knoll in 1902. Parthenocarpy means the development of fruit without pollination or any other stimulus. Parthenocarpy is of widespread occurrence, especially among those species which have a large number of ovule per ovary. For example, banana, pineapple, tomatoes, melons, and figs. According to the present concept, it may be defined as the formation of fruits without fertilization. Simple definition is the formation of fruits without fertilization. It is discovered by Nitsch, NITSCH, in 1965. The parthenocarpy development of fruit may require the unpollinated flowers or it may occur in stimulative parthenocarpic fruits. Seedless fruits should not be considered synonymously to the parthenomic fruits. Seedless fruits should not be considered as parthenocarpic fruits because in a seedless fruit the ovules may have been fertilized, उसमें fertilization होता है and later degenerated और बाद में degenerate हो जाता है as in some strains of the Vitis vinifera. grapes में जो होता है Vitis vinifera grapes. Also these may be parthenocarpic fruits with seeds in them. The seeds in such fruits are pseudoseeds lacking a sexual embryo, parthenogenic or adventive embryo may however be present. Nitsch recognized three types of parthenocarpy, namely genetic parthenocarpy, environmental parthenocarpy, and chemical induced parthenocarpy. Number 1 is genetic parthenocarpy. Many of the plants cultivated for their fruits show seeded as well as parthenocarpic varieties. This type of parthenocarpy is also known to arise due to mutations or hybridization. The famous oranges arose from their normal seeded citrus variety through mutation in an axillary bud which grew out in a branch bearing seedless oranges. And this may also occur in citrus cucurbita, Musa punica, and Vitis. Second one is environmental parthenocarpy. Variation in environmental conditions such as frost, fog, low temperature, interference with the normal functioning of the sexual organs, and bring about parthenocarpy. Campbell in 1912 observed that a heavy fog in the month of June caused the formation of seedless ovules. Now, chemically induced parthenocarpy. Auxins and gibberellins, these are the growth hormones, you better know, at low concentrations have been successfully used to induce parthenocarpic fruits in a number of plants which normally bear seeded fruits. These substances are applied to flowers in the form of a paste or as a spray. Balasubramaniam and Rangaswamy in 1959 noted that as a result of artificial pollination, most of the variety of guava development due to seeded fruits, but variety of Allahabadi round yielded seedless parthenocarpic fruits. Auxins could bring about parthenocarpic development of fruits included tomato, blackberry, strawberries, etc. Parthenocarpy finds its importance in horticulture because seedless fruits are ideal for the consumption, either such as in the juices and jam industries. One can imagine the annoyance caused by seeds while eating a watermelon. Parthenocarpy may also increase proportion of edible parts of the fruit, and it has been suggested that for induction of parthenocarpy through auxins treatment, the growth substance should be applied sometime after synthesis, because an early application may damage the flowers and cause seed abortion, and consequently fruit drop, fruit गिर जाता है. On the contrary, where gibberellic acid is used for this purpose, it should be applied as early as possible, prefer at the time of anthesis. What you understand? Induction of parthenocarpy through auxin treatment, the growth substances should be applied sometime after anthesis, because an early application may damage the flower and cause the seed abortion, and at last the fruit drop. Where gibberellic acid is used for the purpose, it should be applied as early as possible, preferably at anthesis. Now comes to parthenogenesis. The development of the zygote from the egg cell without the act of the fertilization, or in the other word, the formation of embryo from an unfertilized egg is called parthenogenesis. In some species of angiosperm, the embryo develops parthenogenetically. In such cases, the embryo may develop from haploid egg cell or diploid egg cell. In Apomix of Astraceae family and the Rubiaceae family, the development of embryo is independent of the pollination stimulus. However, in many other Apomix, the embryo develop only after pollination, and the phenomena is known as pseudogamy. For example, many apomitic grasses, they are the very good example of pseudogamy. According to Heslop and Harrison in 1972, there are 3 roles of pollination pseudogamy. Number 1 is to activate the growth of ovary and ovule. Second one is to supply the male nucleus for the development of the endosperm. And third one is to stimulate the parthenogenesis. In most of the grasses, Apomix, the egg may divide parthenogenetically, but the proembryo ceases to grow. Ceases मतलब रुक जाना, to grow unless and until the endosperm develops. Here the development of endosperm occurs only after the fusion of the male nucleus with the polar nucleus, and therefore a mature Apomix embryo in these plants is formed only after pollination. Significance of parthenogenesis. The role of parthenogenesis in the nature is severely limited. The zygogenesis and other method of reproduction are predominant. The reason is thought to be that parthenogenetic species are not adaptable in ameiotic और जहाँ meiotic division ना हो, in ameiotic parthenogenesis genetic variability is practically nil, and in meiotic parthenogenesis individually tend to become homozygous and cause the disadvantage of this condition. The advantages of this phenomena are several limited in meiotic parthenogenesis, which applies to homozygous genotypes. Advantageous combinations of genes are maintained instead of dispersed by meiosis. As in zygogenetic species, well adapted forms thus spread rapidly as long as the environmental conditions remain unchanged. As Peacock in 1961 reports that the existence of hardly triploid organisms becomes possible in ameiotic parthenogenesis.